Hi, good day, it's me, Jaycee, and welcome to Robot Show Tunes, my very own YouTube channel where I get to review Transformers toys, Voltus 5 toys, Macross or Robotech toys, Evangelion toys, and just about whatever else I may fancy. And for today's tune, I am going to review Mech Fans Toys Mech Soul Assault Soldiers, a third-party representation of Generation 1 Springer. Now, I purchased this via Facebook from Rayo Vizcara. Although he and I hit a snag during transaction, he came through for me like a champ, and I very highly recommend him. Now, I wish I could say the same for this Springer, though. More on that later. This was shipped to me without the original box, so let's move straight on to... Inside from the box I did not receive, I got Springer in robot mode, two swords, both of which turn into his helicopter blades. One's a spare, but you can have him wield both swords in robot mode if you like. I got two guns. I got this exosuit, which has got a few points of articulation. First of all, you can open the front up to reveal the pilot area, and there's this internal gray panel on a hinge. Don't know what that's for exactly. There's no pilot included though, and I'm not sure if Mech Fans Toys produces them or not. So let's close this up again. You've got butterfly hinged shoulders that also swivel 360 degrees. You've got a ball jointed bicep, which allows you to turn the forearm 360 degrees and to hinge them up to this point. So it acts as a secondary elbow hinge. The primary elbow hinge gets you 90 degrees. You get wrist swivels. You get T-jointed ball joints. Allows him to grand jeté and to straddle split. The hips are also on this slider connected to the back, so allows you to raise and lower the torso, which is so cool. You get single hinge knees, gets you up to there, and you have a hinge at the ankle for up and down tilting, and a ball joint at the foot for in and out rocking and 360 degree swiveling. The exosuit as an accessory comes with accessories of its own. You get this handheld gun, a pair of mountable guns, and a pair of servo arms. You can peg these accessories into... There is this cube-like structure behind him. There's one slot here, one there at the opposite side. There are slots here under the forearm, just behind the wrist, and there is a slot on this thigh and that thigh. You can mix and match the slots and accessories to achieve a variety of configurations actually. The exosuit can be collapsed and stored in this containment unit, which is made up of two pieces. Don't know what this second piece is for exactly, but there are these pegs mounted on hinges. It connects here actually. There. And you've got double doors. You collapse the bot by swinging, butterflying his arms all the way back, having him sit down, or, well, sit down with his feet facing forward, and have these arms pointing down. The central slot behind him corresponds to this peg deep inside the containment thing. So just put that in there. And the accessories can also more or less peg into the unit, but that is exactly how it's not shown in the instructions. So through trial and error, this is the configuration I came up with. Get one servo arm, peg to the sole of his foot. Same with the other servo arm. Get one mountable gun, and opposite this peg is a slot. So slot that here, slot the other one here, and peg the gun's handle here. There. The fit's not perfect, especially the servo arms pegged to the soles of the feet, but it will fit, it will close. And as a bonus, Ryo, Mr. Vizcara, sent me these 4 Autobot faction stickers, which I don't intend to use, but the gesture is deeply appreciated. Alright, let's talk articulation. The head is on a ball peg and a hinged platform. He can look this far up and that far down. His head can tilt this far side to side and can turn 360, or what I'd like to call the full in the Blair. The shoulder is a hinge, a straight peg combination. The arm can extend this far out. Yeah, but the massive shoulders get in the way of his face. But yes, it can move that far out and swing 360 degrees. But the arm can only extend that far out when it's in this position. Put it this way, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens. So this is the only position where the arm can extend to the side. The bicep is not a swivel, but a ball joint, which is needed for transformation. Can also function as a secondary hinge for the elbow, which is, let's see, demonstrate that bicep ball joint. So you can turn the forearm 360 degrees, raise it up to here, although that's too far up to be the actual elbow. So the actual elbow is this, gives you 90 degrees, and you can get the full run if you bring it up here using that secondary joint. The wrists are on swivels, can turn 360 degrees. The waist has limited swivel, so yeah, swivel left, right, quite limited because of all this junk going on behind here, this large, solid, immovable backpack. His hips are T-jointed ball joints. Springer can straddle split, but not grand jeté because of the business going on here at the back. But he can kick up to there, almost shy of 90 degrees. The thighs are swivels, can turn, twist at, you know, 360 degrees. The knees are single hinges, can actually get you up to here because of the hollow calves. Get the toe out, then the heel spur out of the way. Yeah, that's pretty far up. And lastly, you get feet on a strange hinge ball joint combination. The hinge is here, so the foot does not connect directly to the leg, that center of the leg, but here at the side you can point his toe that far down. Amazing. This Springer has a career in ballet. So point these toes this far down, this far up, and rock the ankle this far in. Alright, we're done with articulation. Let's move on to size comparisons. So here's Springer with DX9 Warren Pocket Optimus Prime, with New Age Toys Jazz, with Magic Square Toys Trailbreaker, with Tanaka Tony Robot Formers Streak, or Blue Streak, and despite having better things to do than die today, here's Springer with Funko Pop Death of the Endless. Now, let's move on to transformation. Alright, let's transform Springer, turn him into first a rocket car, then a helicopter. First what you want to do is turn, well, it's probably not necessary, but I like to do this, turn his head 180 degrees, and then sink, and then bring this up, and then bring this platform down, bring this up, and then recess the arms in. It's not a great distance, but yes, there is recession there. And then turn at the bicep ball peg until the exposed part of the ball peg is inward. And these are the details you see outside. And then turn the wrist so the green wrist guards, I suppose, are facing outward. Do the same here. Now get these feet out of the way, fold the feet up, and then the legs will clip here, or clamp. Once they're clamped together, you can peg the legs together. And once that's done, just arrange the feet so they look like this. Just manipulate the feet around the ball joint so it'll look like that. And whether you like it or not, this is Springer's very gappy car mode. Basically just fell flat on his face and decided he was a car. Now, helicopter mode works much better. What you want to do is to turn the arms so the ball joint is exposed like that, and then turn and then bend up to here. Have the wrist guard facing upward. Same with the other side. Wrist guard facing upward. Bring out these two halves of the helicopter tail and then peg them together. And here you put the helicopter blades. Just get one of those swords and then spread it out like this, and then pin it on here. And there you have Springer in his nicer looking, though still kinda, yeah, you can still see the robot in it. Looking at this, you can see the robot. So there's Springer in his helicopter mode. Now let's see how he measures up in his well, at least this alt mode. I'm not gonna do two alt mode size comparisons. So again, here's Springer with DX9 Warren Pocket Optimus Prime, with New Age Toys Jazz, with Magic Square Toys Trailbreaker, with Tanaka Tony Robot Formers Blue Streak, and with Funko Pop Death of the Endless. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Alright, cons first. The most irksome is the simplicity of the transformation. The arms just hang from the sides in car mode, they neither shorten nor compress into the body, and because of this, if you look at Springer in car mode from above, he just looks like he fell flat on his face, and yeah, the sheer uninspiredness of engineering is very G1 toy levels. The lack of paint also, and color variety. Springer's predominantly shades of green. Actually, I think I see only 2, maybe at most 3 shades of green, and the only paint that really pops out is the yellow on the chest. The thighs are disproportionately long, and look, I flick at the chopper blades to get them spinning, but most times they don't hold their shape when they meet with sudden force. Well, one of the swords, the chopper blades don't really stick together, and they kind of like fork out, and it doesn't look good. The exosuit has very hard and sharp points in the areas where the plastic was cut, so it's not very comfortable to play with. Pros, on the other hand, now I'm not a huge Springer fan, so I can't tell if this is a faithful adaptation of the original toy or the original tune or whatever incarnation of Springer. But in bot mode, he does look good, I'll admit. This is the best looking of all 3 modes. Helicopter is second, and I like that Springer's feet are not quite humanoid. They're almost insectal or bird-like. It's a unique physical trait I don't think I found with any other bot I have. And the hollowness of Springer's thighs and the articulation in the feet and ankles really allow Springer great crouching and kneeling poses. And to be quite honest, the exosuit actually has more articulation and variety. I would even say personality, that I could be led to believe that the exosuit is the main figure and Springer is the accessory. And in a nutshell, now I don't have a strong attachment to the characters beyond, or the characters introduced in the 1986 movie or the seasons after that. That's because I was not a young child anymore when I finally got to watch those installments of the series. While movie and post-movie characters are not high priority for me, I got Springer because I had an idea for a gag photo which I haven't executed yet because I still need an RC for that, and I don't think there's an RC in the market that I'm that I really want to get. Anyway, final thoughts. Mech Fans Toys Springer kills the bot mode, does a decent helicopter, but a substandard car. While the exosuit by itself is a good toy, it doesn't feel like a Springer accessory. I would have appreciated it more if Mech Fans Toys didn't do the exosuit, but instead focused on improving Springer, giving him a complex transformation sequence worthy of a triple changer. As it stands, transformation is so simple that I'm not even going to make a video of the reversal. I have no doubt that even the simplest of minds can divine how to transform him back without any help. So that's the end of today's tune. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel and like Robot Show Tunes on Facebook if it so please you. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you, yes you, at the theater.